I think it was really the first quarter. We actually cut it a little bit at the end, but we were down significantly in the first quarter. We didn't have a great start, and sometimes you're trying to play catch up the rest of the game. We end up winning the second quarter by 2, -6 in the third quarter, but that start just kind of affected us. We never kind of got into the game with our defense. I thought we made a little bit of a run there in the second, but we never really established ourselves, and we couldn't really get ourselves going tonight.
Kyle Anderson hit a three there with about 5 minutes left, prompting you to call a timeout. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like you were pretty animated calling that timeout. Was that just because of defensive lapses?
We just made a mistake. We always call things when we see it. We have a standard to how we play, so we just address it quickly. But yeah, we didn't rotate on that one, but got to be better on that possession.
And one positive was that Jordan Poole broke the franchise record for threes in a season. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, just thrilled for Jordan. There's a lot of work that Jordan does in his craft on his game, and it's really impressive to watch him methodically work on this stuff day after day after day. Rain, snow, sleet, sunshine, good game, bad game. He's in there every day, and it's really impressive. And that's like, this stuff doesn't happen by accident. You don't just show up to the gym and you make all these threes. He puts a tremendous amount of time into this, and it's fun for me as a coach to watch that and watch him try to perfect his craft. So well deserved.
Brian, this season, how useful have those timeouts come after defensive lapses in terms of correcting mistakes, and how valuable were they tonight?
I think we made a couple runs out of timeouts. I think they've been good. Our guys always respond. We always just tell each other the truth, and then we get on to the next thing. But I think they've been helpful.
Why do you think this game was so lopsided on the boards?
A little bit, their start big a little bit. We didn't make the second and third efforts that we have been making. This led to some easy baskets for them. That was really the start of the game that really hurt us with that stuff. And continued on.
And Alex's night, did you like the shots he took, or what did you
Yeah,
think about his offensive game?
yeah, for sure. Got some easy ones there in the second half that just didn't go his way. Sometimes that happens. Some stuff around the rim, like the shots he took, he just didn't have it going tonight. One of those nights.
What'd you think about Alex's defense versus Bam?
I liked it in the second half. Yeah, I didn't like any of our defense in the first half, and it wasn't Alex, it was our whole team. I liked how he came out in the second half, was physical, put pressure on him, affected the game. Liked his start. We got his fifth foul, so then he had to sit for a bit, but I liked how he started the third quarter.
What changed from the first half to the second half with Alex that you think?
Yeah, it was our whole team just upped our physicality a little bit, but then we had to make some substitutions because some of the calls, but I liked how we stepped up a little bit at the start of the third. Just had a couple breaks, didn't go our way, missed layups, and then they would hit a three. Just could never get ourselves rhythm into the game.
Tristan had a solid outing. How important are these games at the end of the season as he tries to, and as you guys as an organization tried to make your evaluations?
All the games are important, not just the end of the season. Every game's important. So we never look at it like this because it's the end of the season. It's every game's important. We value everything here. Great opportunities for these guys to get in, get some playing time, get better. So we're going to take advantage of that. We got more to go.
Other than Tristan, or other than Jordan, no double-digit scores until there was about 3 minutes left in the game. What do you attribute the offensive struggles to?
To be honest, we missed some shots tonight. We were just out of rhythm. Could never really get it going. We missed some chippies, some easy ones around the rim. We missed some open threes that we missed. Sometimes the game's going to go that way. I thought we had a good competitive response there in the second quarter defensively, even though we weren't scoring. But we could never get ourselves going on the offensive end, and that's when you got to stay together on defense. And we tried, but we couldn't overcome it.
With the guys still figuring out the young guys figuring out their ceilings and limitations on defense, what went into you starting with Bub on Hero, and how do you envision his reaching his potential on that end?
And Bub's been a terrific defender all year. We've from the first night put him on Drew Holiday, so he's taken the challenge of these guys all year. He's a big guard. He's got size. He's one of our better defenders. He's active. So that's one of the things we like about Bub is his size, his physicality, his competitiveness. So he's going to have tough assignments his whole career. Nothing's changed for him the whole year.
Got it. And what positives are you seeing out of he and AJ as some of the part-time lead ball handlers in the half court?
Bub almost had a triple-double tonight. You see AJ's ability to get in the paint, make plays for himself and others. Those guys are growing. These reps count. They all matter. So these things are going to help them improve as we finish down the season.
Sometimes thank you.
Thank you. Coach, obviously Jordan, last season had struggled a bit, got benched. Now he broke a franchise record for threes. Can you just comment on the changes you've seen from him since you started coaching him to now?
To me, I mean, he's been terrific. I obviously took over midway through the year last year, and we just wanted Jordan to be himself. Get the ball in his hands more. That was one of the reasons we put him on the bench, so he could have the ball. And the credit goes to him. Like I talked about, the work that he's put in. Couldn't be more happy for a guy because the amount of care that he has for the game and his craft. We just always wanted him to be himself, and he's been like that since I've coached him.
And then with Luke, obviously he had to come back off an injury this season, spent some time in the G League. Now he's had quite a few games over 10 points in the NBA this season. Can you just comment on how you've seen him improve on both ends?
This is consistency. He played pretty well for us at the end of last year, but I've liked the minutes that he's given us. You can see his skill, his passing ability, his shot-making ability, and he's getting better on the defensive end. So that's one of the big areas we've been focused on, and you're seeing improvement. Just like a lot of our guys, he's still a work in progress with some of those things, but I like the progress he's been showing.
Accomplishment. It was a goal at the beginning of the year. Really dope accomplishment. A lot of hard work went into it. But credit to the coaching staff. Also credit to my teammates, obviously, just for the opportunities to get up these looks, but also being able to play my position, which is a pretty big difference between this season and last season. And it's definitely a goal of mine, and want to find a way to break this one.
Sounds like AG and Coach Keefe kind of made a speech after the game in the locker room. What was the scene like?
It was dope. It was cool, authentic, genuine. I think our team does a really good job of, through the midst of our season and wins or losses, just being able to appreciate individual accolades just throughout the course of the season. When I say Marcus hit 1,000 threes a couple games ago, and Malcolm, I think he might got 12,000 points earlier in the season. So just being able to come together as a team and appreciate the individual work and success that you have is really cool. They did a really good job, and appreciative of that. Yeah.
BK said post-game, I think his quote was, rain, snow, sleet, sunshine, whatever, you're always in there working on your craft, working on threes. Yeah. Because of the fact that you're already so good at shooting threes, why do you not get complacent? How do you prevent complacency?
Because there's a lot of people who did it better than I have so far, and I feel like I'm years behind when it comes to just reps and time spent in the gym. I feel like I'm playing catch-up, so it's kind of my motivation. It doesn't help that I was with Steph and Clay and all those my first couple years as well, so it's definitely a motivational tactic that I use, that I always have. Just not being complacent, not being satisfied. But I also just like the grind of progression, seeing results, and just working on the things that I don't feel like I'm as strong at, and just enhancing my game.
But the word on you is that, if anything, you spend too much time in the gym, if that's possible. Don't you feel like you put in more than enough, if there is such a thing as enough hours on your craft?
I need more than 24 hours in a day. Give me a couple more hours. I just love the grind. Honestly, I love being in the gym. I love seeing the ball go through the hoop. I love challenging myself in ways to just continue to make me a better overall player. And you can't do that if you're not in the gym. So it's kind of been something that's kind of just guided me throughout my career for sure.
What did you learn about the art of three-point shooting playing with Steph and Clay?
Oh, that's a good question. Find what works for you and stick with that. Not everybody's the same. Not everybody shoots the same. Not everybody has the same workout routine, but as long as you're consistent and you put yourself in game situations, go game speed, it's a pretty good recipe for putting yourself in a good position. Just those two alone right there.
Jordan, how would you say you've changed since you got to DC? Obviously, last season was more up and down. This season, you broke a huge franchise record. How would you just say you've grown throughout that process?
In terms of my game?
Yeah, in general, too.
Well, in general, I'm definitely more settled. Just being in the city, being around the people in the organization, get them more comfortable. I'm a pretty unique person, so I'm not the type to just open up right away. But I think now, just kind of the interactions that we have with my teammates, coaching staff, employee staff, just in general, it's just a lot more connected, feels more natural, which I'm okay with, just because D.C. as a city is the same way. They're not like open arms welcome you right away. It's kind of like, all right, let's see who he is, what he does. You know, he almost has to give us a reason to cheer for him, and I think that this year I was able to do that. But in terms of my game, I told Coach BK, like, this doesn't happen if he doesn't put me in a position to play my game, and I think that was a big thing last year. That took a lot of people to kind of understand, and it ended up coming out later in the season, but during the season it was kind of like, why isn't he playing up to his level or this or that? But I think from the start of the season I've been in a position where playing my true position, getting guys involved, playing my game. We got a nice continuity when it comes to our offense in general, so it's just been pretty natural. I think this is definitely the version that is most comfortable and most settled when I get going.
You won a championship. You got a big contract. You hit a big buzzer beater for Michigan when you were in college. This accomplishment, setting this record, where does it rank?
This is probably third.
Really?
Yeah. I go championship, college game winner, franchise leader for sure.
What was the reaction in the huddle after you hit it?
Everybody on our team so cool. They just kept it player. Congrats, Jordan. I think everybody kind of just have known the last week or so, couple of days, that we were getting close. And then just in the timeout, everybody said congratulations. We have a really good group of guys, so very appreciative, very thankful just to be around them every day and just get positive energy. So it was dope. It was cool. A lot of congratulations. It was dope.